Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a taxi driver named Mike. Mike is 42 years old. He has been driving a taxi for 15 years. He knows every street in the city. He has seen everything: drunk passengers, crying passengers, angry passengers. But tonight he will meet someone very, very different. It is 11:30 at night. The city is quiet. Mike is driving alone, listening to the radio. He is tired. He wants to go home. But then he sees a young man on the corner of the street. The young man raises his hand. Mike stops the car. The young man opens the door and sits in the back. He is wearing a simple black jacket and jeans. He looks normal. But something is strange. He doesn't say hello. He just looks at Mike with a serious face. Mike says, "Good evening, sir. Where are you going?" The young man says, "Just drive straight. I'll tell you when to turn." Mike says, "Okay, but where exactly?" The young man looks at his phone and says, "Straight." Trust me, Mike is confused. He drives straight. He looks in the rearview mirror. The young man is not looking at his phone. He is looking at the street like he is waiting for something. Suddenly, the young man speaks. His voice is calm and quiet. He says, "In 10 seconds, a red car will come from that street on the left. It will cut in front of us. Slow down." Mike laughs and says, "What? Are you crazy? How do you know that?" The young man says, "Just slow down, Mike." Mike says, "Wait, how do you know my name?"
I never told you my name.
Mike is shocked. He slows down the car, and then exactly 10 seconds later, a red car appears from the left street and cuts in front of them. Mike almost hits the brakes. He says, "How did you know? Who are you?" The young man says, "I told you, trust me." Now, in 30 seconds, a dog will run across the street. Stop the car before that. Mike doesn't believe it. But 30 seconds later, a dog runs across the street. Mike stops just in time. Mike stops the car in the middle of the street. He turns around and looks at the young man. His hands are shaking. He says, "Okay, listen. I don't know what's happening, but you need to tell me who you are. Now." The young man sighs and says, "I'm from the future. I came here to save you." Mike laughs nervously and says, "The future? Are you joking? This is not a movie." The young man says, "I know. But listen carefully. In 15 minutes, you will drive to the bridge. A truck will lose control and hit your car. You will die, Mike?" Mike says, "What? That's impossible." The young man says, "I'm telling you the truth. In my timeline, you died, but I came back to change it." Mike doesn't know what to do. He is scared and confused. But the young man's eyes are serious. He is not laughing. Mike looks at the clock. He has 15 minutes before the accident. Mike takes a deep breath. He makes a decision. He says, "Okay, I believe you, but how do I avoid the accident?" "Tell me what to do," the young man says. "Simple. Don't go to the bridge. Take the road next to the river. The truck will pass the bridge, but you will be safe." Mike says, "That's it? Just avoid the bridge?" The young man says, "Yes. Sometimes the solution is simple, Mike. You just need to know the future." Mike turns the car around. He takes the road next to the river. His heart is beating fast. He looks in the rearview mirror. The young man is smiling. Mike arrives home safely. He stops the car and turns around to thank the young man. But the back seat is empty. The passenger is gone. There is no sign of him. No jacket, no phone, nothing. Mike says to himself, "Where did he go? He was here just a second ago." Mike looks at the floor of the back seat. There is a small piece of paper. He picks it up. It says, "You are safe now, but remember, the future is not fixed. You can change it. You will need this lesson next year. Take care, Mike, your son." Mike's eyes open wide. His son died in an accident 5 years ago. The young man looked just like him. Mike starts to cry. He realizes that his son came back from the future to save his father. And now Mike has a second chance to live, and that, my friends, is the story of Mike and the passenger from the future. What did you think? Do you believe in second chances? Write your answer in the comments below. And remember, sometimes the people who love you are closer than you think. See you next time.